Hey, it's TuxBird, and today I'm going to give you something a little bit different. Will it be funny? I'm 26% sure it will be. Will it be informative? Yes. Today, I'm going to show you my best build. This lady feels the hype. Do you feel the hype? Yes.
TuxBird, you're making a build video, you monster!
Well, it is pretty close to Halloween, so. I've never really done these types of videos before, but I've worked really hard on this one to give you necessary information and give pointers on how to get this gear. Even if this build isn't for you, there are some really good tips in here that'll help your own build improve and maximize its usefulness in both PvE and PvP. If you guys like this and would like to see more in the future alongside my already divine content, leave a like. So yeah, I'm a nerd. Let's jump in. So yes, it's an AlphaBridge build, with 4 AlphaBridge and 2 high-end gear items. I'll go more in depth about the gear later. To start off, this build for me is catered towards this LVOA-C, which was sold in the base of operations last week. Good rolls, perfect for AlphaBridge. However, if you're watching this the week that I upload this video and didn't buy that really nice Lavoa last week, there's a pretty decent Lavoa in the back here that you could roll Meticulous off of. I wouldn't be too afraid of Prepared on this, especially if you play in an environment where shotgunners run wild. You can pick them off before they get close enough for their shotguns to really pack a punch. I'm just going to go through the attachments pretty briefly. Extended mag is a must for any gun in this game, especially for ones like the Lavoa, which shoot faster than Rambo on Hand stops in patch 1.4 are particularly good. The near 30% reload speed is awesome to have, especially on an AlphaBridge build where you stack the crap out of your primary and hope to use it the entire time. It allows you to sustain DPS in PvP as well, so that your enemies don't have time to react and get that heal in. It also has a bit of crit damage, which is necessary for this build. Suppressors in Update 1.4 are second to none. It is amazing to have, as you can see by the rolls right there. 16% headshot damage, 3% critical hit chance, and 4% critical hit damage. Very useful for this build and for any build, quite simply. The scope I have, this VX1 scope, is also really good because it's got that extra headshot damage and the crit damage and crit chances. What, are these the same? They're not. They're pretty close. Now, I mean, I've gone through all of these attachments here, but you may be asking to yourself, this TuxBird dude's a moron because there's no stability on any of these attachments. That's because to put it simply, I don't play with stability. This thing kicks like a horse, but I've tamed her, and I believe you can too. Switching to the second gun, I have a 163 ACR paired with my Lavoa, because I'm a pleb and wanted all of my talents to activate, even though Fierce is already on the 3rd slot and it wouldn't matter anyways. But Competent, I couldn't have on a 229, which is why having a 163 is awesome, especially if I'm never going to use this gun. The Lavoa, I'm gonna try to have 100% uptime with. That's the goal for this build. The other reason why I have this 163 ACR is so I can use this old blueprint that I found to get good rolls. Seriously, I did this very many times. And holy crap, that is extreme. You see what I mean, guys? This is why I do this. I'm never gonna use it, but you could potentially get good. My build. I have no idea how that even worked. These 2 guns come out to these 6 perks: responsive, deadly, brutal, competent, vicious, and fierce. A critting, headshotting, rate of firing machine. As for the pistol, just have harmful on it. You can bleed those rogues who are way too afraid to fight you, obviously. 4 AlphaBridge, 2 high-ends. You know this already. Okay, first, my chest piece. I currently have it with ammo capacity rolled on it, which is necessary for an AlphaBridge build because you are burning ammo really fast with it. For the major attributes, I'm using armor and health on kill. I genuinely believe that armor is a must in order to be effective in this game with the way 1.4 has balanced it. So, every piece and mod that I have is going to have armor on it. It's crucial. Next, the mask. As you can see, I rolled skill power on it because skill power is definitely a great thing to have on the mask, seeing as it is the only other gear piece that can roll skill power other than the backpack. Except the mask can't roll armor and the backpack can. So you roll armor where you can. Moving on to the knee pads, you know it already. armor. It's necessary. As for the cheeky little minor attributes down there, if you think the Dark Zone is toxic and makes you rethink whatever you thought about this game, then make sure to keep an eye on the increased kill XP. Getting field proficiency caches is extremely easy with this increased kill XP, like extremely easy. The backpack. This one is really important. Specialized. Adds 200% of firearms and stamina to skill power. This talent right here is remarkable. It gives you a noticeable boost of skill power that no other backpack will, so you don't have to worry too much about electronics. You won't really have to worry at all, actually. This backpack is going to be significantly harder to find because most other high-end backpacks are going to drop not this talent, but if you do, definitely save this backpack for any build that you have. It doesn't have to be this one. It is awesome to have. If you could put 4 other gear items and have this as your backpack, go for it. This thing is amazing to have. As for the major attribute, armor. Armor on everything, for sure. Also, be sure to keep an eye out for the ammo capacity drops for your backpack as well, because you're basically burning ammo twice as fast with an AlphaBridge build. Getting the maximum amount of ammo capacity is going to help you survive longer, which is the whole point of any build, really. The increased kill XP that you could also roll on it, it doesn't even compare to the usefulness for the ammo capacity for this build. For the gloves, I'm using my trusty Savage gloves. It provides a little bit of boosted damage, which is fine with me, and I've been using it for as long as I can remember. I rolled them to assault rifle damage to further power up my Lavoa, and the critical hit chance and damage also boosts up the damage even more. Also, if you take a look back at my build right there, I have Vicious and Fierce. That makes my thing a critical hit machine. The holster is pretty simple, armor and whatever rolls you can get. That's it. It's all pretty standard. If you haven't already noticed, I'm a sucker for armor. It's everywhere on this build. My mitigation is about 56.5%, as you can see right up here. So it's very good, and I think it's pretty close to the max you can get without any extra talents like sturdy or robust. Back to the mods. Whatever you choose, be it stamina, firearms, or electronics, that's up to you. It's fully customizable. Just keep in mind that armor is really necessary for you to not get shredded every single time you go out of a safe zone. So watch out for that. Performance mods are also a big one. Ultimately, they're up to you, but self-heal performance mods are awesome. Since your skill power is boosted pretty high up by the specialized backpack, your skills are pretty reliable already. But adding more onto that first aid will make it even more useful for you and your team. Also, if you guys were out to look for a first aid self-heal performance mod, you can find one on the 42nd Street DZ03 checkpoint right here. So if you guys want to pick one up at least this week, then you can. If you're watching this in the very far future, hello from the past, and they'll be elsewhere and you'll find them. You'll probably have a bunch of them by then, so don't worry about that. Here's a quick overview of my skills and talents for you guys too. I'm running a first aid, obviously, because I need it and I'm too trash to stay alive without it. It's sitting at a comfortable 106,000 HP for self-heal, which is of course due to my skill power and self-heal mods. With more self-heal performance mods, I'll be a bit higher, so I also have to be on the lookout for those too, because my build isn't perfect with that. The second skill is really personal preference for your build. I use a flame turret personally because it's very effective at getting those pesky shotgunners to stop shooting, at least if it be for about 4 seconds before they come back and melt you. It's an extremely effective tool when PvEing and PvPing, and I love it, so I'm gonna keep using it. Whatever mod you guys want to choose is up to you. The talents I use really work well with the way that I run my build too. Critical save is great, obviously. Use a medkit during low health to increase damage resistance for 40% for 10 seconds. It'll get you through some tough times in both PvE and PvE. I would highly suggest you and your friends to use Combat Medic if you're running in a group, because you can't limitlessly run through heals anymore, so any bit of heal that your team can get when you medkit is a plus. Tactical Advance is really underrated. Well, no, everybody is using it now. Stupid. Anyways, you get lots of increased bonus damage when you move cover to cover, and I mean a lot of bonus damage. One is none has been a part of my build since day one, because it's really useful whenever you're headshotting an NPC or a player. It allows you to keep uptime on your gun and prevent those reloads, just by a bit. If you guys are running solo or you don't care about your group, you can always switch out Combat Medic for precision. I think this talent is awesome. Headshot a hostile to pulse them for 10 seconds. It allows you to get that extra critical hit damage and critical hit chance. Not a lot, but some. The reason why I'm so fond of AlphaBridge is the versatility it can grant you and your team. Weapon talents are the life and blood to how you perform in PvE and PvP, and being able to customize them is really awesome. Want to shred in PvP? Find yourself a random drop with Destructive or Ferocious? Bam! Check. Don't like ARs and want to shred in PvP? Pick up that Pakken at the advanced weaponry vendor in the back. Pick up that Swift, Destructive, and Ferocious. Bam! You have a PV shredding machine. Boom! What's up? Want to be a scumbag and lose all of your friends in the press of a trigger? Pick up that mint-condition M870, pop it on with whatever scumbag shotgun you have, and get your finger ready to spam that clap button when you are laughing over your dead opponent's body. The point that I'm trying to get to you here is that no matter what the situation, you can have a really awesome gun that'll pull you through. So, I wanted to thank all of you guys who took the time out of your day to watch this noob show you how his new build works. Once again, if you guys like this and want to see more, show the video some love in the comments and give a like. Love you long time. This has been TuxBird. Peace out, guys.